Okay, so this video is going to show you how I use Google Drive to collect work from my students. Right now we're looking in my Google Drive app on my iPad, and you can see under My Drive all the different folders that I have created. And you can see the folders that have the icons next to them, the little people. That means that I've shared them with other people. And then the folders that do not, those are the folders where I collect my own student work. So if you go to your incoming folder, this is going to be the folder that shows you all of the documents, presentations, forms, folders that have been shared with you. I am going to show you how I organize my folders when my students share their folders with me. So for example, my AP Gov folder right here, you can see that these are all of my students in AP Gov. One of the most important things I think if you want to use Google Drive to collect student work is when you're giving students instructions on how to label their Google Drive folder, I always have the students label last name, first initial, course name, and year. So you can see if we scroll through this particular folder, they're automatically put in alphabetical order because I have students put their last name first. And that just is really helpful, I think, for staying organized. If we look in Austin's folder here, you can see that he has folders within this one AP Gov folder, and you can see all the different files that are in his folder. And so if I wanted to look at, I don't know what I wanted to look at, media bias assignment, I could open it, I could look and see, all right, did he complete the assignment that I had asked him to? If I wanted to look at homework 5, he completed that as well. And so all of the work is stored in this file. So it's essentially a way to make your class paperless. Another strategy that I would definitely encourage would be to be very cognizant that your students clearly label their different assignments. If I can go to another one of my folders, so Gold 6 Sociology. A couple of my students, and I think I had this class go through and actually change this for me, so it's probably not going to be a great example. But you can see Audrey, for example, she has labeled all of her assignments, and Google Drive automatically alphabetized them in ascending order. And sometimes if students don't label their assignments and they just put it in their folder. So for example, you can see there's a couple images that Brooke has in her folder that are just titled image 5585, 5586, 5588. I don't really know what those are, so I encourage all students to change the name of all their work. For anyone to change the name, if you select the I, this is going to open the document, and then you'll have the option to rename. And so that's how students can stay organized and help make it easier for the teacher to see the work. As you can see, I have so many folders in my Google Drive, but I have, for example, I taught online US history. I had my semester 1 folder where all the students in that class, again, you see the last name first concept, all their work was in there. I also had an online US history semester 2. And again, once it loads, you'll see it's still alphabetized. So that is how I use Google Drive for my students to submit work. It's definitely more helpful if they have their own iOS device, particularly an iPad. But Google Drive is not device specific. You can use the web version too. So if your students have computers or a computer at home at least, then they should be able to submit work to you using Google Drive as well.